'Tis the season for holiday hosting, and whether you're looking to put in minimal effort or impress your guest with stunning showstoppers, our next guest has you covered.
Absolutely. His cookbook serves as the ultimate guide for crowd-pleasing dishes. Please welcome back to the show the author of What Can I Bring? Casey Elsass. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
And you brought some good food with you, too.
I brought a lot of food
Oh, it looks
today.
gorgeous. Okay, so when it comes to entertaining, you actually say that presentation is everything.
Yeah.
So what are your tips on ensuring that our food looks as good as it tastes?
Well, we eat with our eyes first, but I would actually say we eat with our phones first at this point.
Yes, so true.
So make sure it's in something really attractive. But when you're thinking about plating, think about giving it some height, think about garnishes, think about texture. Just give it some visual interest before you dive in.
Yeah, it's a smart thing to do. All right, so your cookbook has a scale from low-key to the very extravagant. So explain the different levels for us.
Yeah, I ranked all the recipes with a little key, not by difficulty, we'll say by effort. Nothing's hard, some things just take more work.
Gotcha.
So at the lowest level, we have in your sleep, easy peasy. Roll up your sleeves, a little bit more work.
Okay.
Bragging rights is for the show-offs in the crowd.
All right, love that.
Okay, well, we're gonna start off with a simple, festive drink.
Yes.
So tell us about your boozy hot chocolate.
This is one of my favorite things. I mean, when you go to a holiday party and everyone shows up
When it's warm.
with a bottle of bubbly, then you literally have a champagne problem. So I like being the person that brings the cocktail to the party.
This is a dangerous drink, Casey. Like, this tastes too good. And then the little hint of alcohol.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, so
What's in this? Yeah, what's in this though?
So it's a mix of Amaro, which is an Italian digestif. It has some herbal, bittersweet, but also Bailey's, which gives it that smooth, creamy
That's what
flavor
it is.
too.
Yes.
But also easy to make non-alcoholic. The base of it is cocoa powder and brown sugar, so even that is really interesting flavors
Yeah,
together.
it's rich and delicious. But how would you travel with this if I want to bring this to a party?
Actually super simple. I would just mix the cocoa powder and sugar dry in the Dutch oven, bring that, bring all your liquids separately, make it there, but just make sure your host knows you need a burner for the night.
Right.
Okay, good to know. All right, so the first dish that you have for us is one that's labeled super easy. So
Yes.
talk to us about is it the triflin or triflin? How do you say the
Triflin
Triflin parfait. Talk
I
to
don't
us
know
about
the
that one.
difference between a trifle and a parfait, so I just named
Is
it
it a
both.
triflin parfait?
But this is all store-bought ingredients.
Okay.
It looks really impressive, but actually so simple to put together. I think when you're building a parfait, you need something creamy, something fruity, something carby. So the creamy is a mix of cream cheese, sour cream, heavy cream. The fruit is just frozen fruit, super simple. And then the carby is a cut up store-bought pound cake and crushed up ginger snaps.
Oh my
Super
gosh.
easy to throw together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that the tip that you have for making this minimal effort, or is there another tip that you would have?
So especially this time of year, I love frozen fruit because it's just fresher, it's just better. But to zhuzh it up just a little bit, I like to open the bag, zest an orange, squeeze the juice, shake it up, and then it has a really nice, vibrant flavor to it.
That
Casey,
is
it's
a
so-
great tip.
So great tip, and
Oh
this
my
is
gosh.
delicious. But walk us through how you assemble the different layers.
It's
as you
super
devour
simple.
this.
I start with the carby so all the good juices can soak, and then just layer fruity, creamy, build it up. This is something that's actually even better to make ahead because the more those flavors can sit and mingle, the better it's gonna
Even
taste.
better.
Oh my
Okay.
God, love that. Okay, we're gonna roll up our sleeves a bit, putting a little bit more effort
little
with
bit.
our next
Yeah.
recipe. This is a Parmesan round.
Yes.
So what is that?
So this is kind of where a cake and a bread would meet each other.
Okay.
I love focaccia, but focaccia takes a lot of work. It's a lot of kneading, it's a lot of shaping. This is kind of a cheat version of it. It's actually whipped egg whites that give it the body and the structure and the lift that you would get from yeast normally.
Okay, so walk us through how you do make this. I'm rolling up my sleeves.
Super simple. It's just a mix of wet and dry. And then when you're whipping your egg whites, I like to put cream of tartar, which makes them super stable and make sure you get a nice lift. And then the topping here is just some thinly sliced garlic, rosemary, red pepper, olive oil. So it gives that like sort of Italian flavor that you would get with a focaccia.
It's so good.
It's very delicious.
Thank you.
And I'm thinking about all the guests. So is there a possible way to make this gluten-free?
Actually super simple. Any gluten-free flour that's like an all-purpose or a one-for-one swap, just make sure it has xanthan gum, that's the stabilizer.
Okay.
And just remember, gluten-free flour hydrates differently than wheat flour, so just let it sit for 5 minutes. Always the rule with gluten-free. Let it sit so the batter can hydrate.
Okay, great advice. All right. My mouth is full of this delicious food. All right, so we're staying on the level of putting in some effort into your next dish, which is the shrimp cocktail ceviche.
Yes,
Talk to
this
us
is my
about this
favorite.
one.
I love a shrimp cocktail so much, and Mexico's answer to a classic shrimp cocktail is the ceviche style, which I just think is genius. So again, staying on the super easy, we're using frozen shrimp here because most of the time in grocery stores, fresh shrimp is actually thawed frozen shrimp. So I just start frozen, and then I know it's the freshest possible. So it's a quick blanch, and then a mix of red onion, cucumber. The sauce is clamato ketchup, lime juice, hot sauce, all the good stuff. And then I usually serve them on a saltine cracker, which I think is the best bite, a nice little salty bite.
Yeah, this is so good.
Yeah, I love that one.
Amazing.
Again, really good to make ahead, because the more it sits, the better those flavors marry.
Okay, and that didn't sound like that much effort.
It's not.
Okay, I love it. Oh my God. So we're ending with the showiest
Yes.
dish. This is a raspberry meringue tart. Why is this dessert worth the extra effort?
I mean, look at her.
I know.
Who wouldn't be impressed?
Oh, wow. So tell us about this recipe.
It's actually not as hard as it looks. The crust is made out of cookies, and you can use, this is a spiced cookie, you could use graham crackers, shortbread, and then the filling's just a really simple raspberry filling. It's kind of like a lemon meringue tart, so it has that sort of sour sweet.
This is gorgeous.
And then the topping is an Italian meringue, which is a little bit different. You use a hot sugar syrup in the egg whites, which does two things. It cooks the egg whites, so you don't have to worry about putting this in the oven.
Okay.
But it also stabilizes them, so you don't get that like weepy pool that you sometimes get with meringue. And I think it's beautiful on its own, but if you have a kitchen torch, that little extra touch of toasting is just chef's kiss.
This is so good. I'm usually an eater. I don't make things. I usually just buy them, but this is so good. So do you have any tips on how to make this?
This one's actually really simple. It takes a little bit more time, it takes a little bit more work, but nothing here is hard. If you go step by step, it's very achievable, but very bragging rights worthy.
This is gorgeous. I would stay. I wouldn't do a French exit at your party.
Yes.
Definitely would not do
Although
that.
I would, but I would just take the food with me. Okay, Casey, thank you so much for feeding us. That was
Thank you
absolutely
so much.
delicious. And don't forget, What Can I Bring is available right now, so make sure that you go out and check it out.
Okay, so good. Thank you again.